The fan reactions keep pouring in, and I'm loving the passion. One ex-post said, "Yes, sir, Brady, this is how you know things are going in the right direction. Love to see Tom out there." Another fan couldn't get over how jarring it is to see Brady in Raiders gear, but they're hyped anyway. It's like we're all trying to wrap our heads around this new era. Brady's not just chilling on the sidelines. He's chatting up players, building that culture of winning. With preseason games against the Seahawks, 49ers, and Cardinals coming up, we'll get our first look at this revamped squad. Which matchup are you most excited for? Let's hear it. Now, let's talk expectations. The Raiders haven't won a playoff game since 2002, and that stings. Brady knows what it takes to win. He's got more Super Bowl MVPs than most teams have playoff appearances. His comments about building a winner from the ground up hit hard. It's about the grind in training camp, the discipline, the details. With Carroll's track record and Brady's brain trust, there's a real chance we could surprise some folks in 2025. But the AFC West is brutal, and we got to prove it on the field. Do you think Brady's influence will make a difference this season? Or is it a long-term play? Sound off in the comments. Wrapping this up, Raider Nation, this is our time to shine. Tom Brady walking into our training camp is more than a headline. It's a statement. The Las Vegas Raiders are done being the league's punching bag. With TB12 in the mix, Pete Carroll calling the shots, and a hungry roster ready to prove themselves, the silver and black are ready to rumble. So what's next? Smash that like button, drop your hottest takes in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest Las Vegas Raiders news. Share this with your fellow fans, and let's get ready for a wild 2025 season. Raider Nation, let's ride. Yo, Raider Nation, we're back with more Las Vegas Raiders news. And this one's got the whole NFL talking. Tom Brady's not just a legend on the field. He's now a key player in our front office, and his training camp appearance is proof he's all in. If you thought that was wild, wait till we dive deeper into what this means for our season. Can you feel the hype? We're breaking down how Brady's shaking things up, from roster moves to quarterback battles, and what it'll take to get the Raiders back to the promised land. Who's ready for this? Let's do it. Let's rewind to that moment when Brady hit the practice field on August 1st. Picture it. The sun's blazing in Henderson, the team's in full pads, and there's Tom Brady rocking a Raiders hat, khaki pants, and that signature TB12 swagger. Nick Walters from KTMV caught it all, noting how Brady was dapping up players like Geno Smith and Ashton Jeanty, looking like he's ready to lead the charge. This wasn't just a photo op. It was a message to Raider Nation that the GOAT is here to help us win. But can a guy who's also calling games for Fox really change our fortunes? Let's break it down. The Raiders' history with quarterbacks has been a mess. Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell, Desmond Ridder, you name it. But Brady's got a plan. NFL.com reports he's got a huge voice in picking our next franchise QB. And he's already been in Spytek's ear about prospects like Cam Miller, our 6th-round steal from North Dakota State. Brady's not just here for vibes. He's helping shape the roster, from trading for Geno Smith to drafting Jeanty. With Pete Carroll's up-tempo practices and Chip Kelly's offensive schemes, the Raiders are building something new. But will it click in time for Week 1? What's your take on our QB situation, Nation? Here's the real talk. The Raiders need this. We're coming off a 4-13 season, and the AFC West isn't getting any easier. Brady's 6-1 record against us as a player still stings, but fans are ready to move on. Ex-posts are wild. One fan said, "Looks great in Raiders gear," while another's already dreaming of Super Bowl. Brady's not promising miracles, but his focus on the grind, February, March, April, shows he gets it. The question is, can he, Carroll, and Spytek turn this roster into a contender, or are we still a work in progress? Hit the comments with your predictions. All right, Nation, this is where we bring it home. Brady's appearance is a spark, but it's up to us to keep the fire burning. The Las Vegas Raiders are on the cusp of something big. I can feel it. From Max Crosby's relentless energy to Jeanty's potential as a rookie star, we've got the pieces. So, let's keep the faith, keep the passion, and show the NFL what Raider Nation's all about. Smash that like button, drop your thoughts below, and subscribe for every bit of Las Vegas Raiders news. Share this with your crew, and let's get ready to raid the league in 2025. Raider Nation, forever. Hey, Raider Nation, what's good? Buckle up, because we're diving into some electrifying Las Vegas Raiders news that's got the whole fan base buzzing like Allegiant Stadium on game day. Picture this: the GOAT himself, Tom Brady, strutting onto the Raiders' training camp field, rocking that silver and black gear like he was born to wear it. Yeah, you heard that right. TB12, the seven-time Super Bowl champ, is out here making waves as a minority owner of our beloved Raiders. This isn't just a cameo, it's a game changer, and we're breaking it all down for you today. So, what's the deal with Brady showing up at camp? Why is everyone losing their minds over this? And what does it mean for our Raiders as we gear up for the 2025 season? In this video, we're unpacking every juicy detail from his first public practice appearance since becoming a part owner, the fans' wild reactions, and how his presence might just be the spark we need to turn this franchise around. Stick with me, because this is the kind of Las Vegas Raiders news that could set the tone for a playoff push. Let's get into it. What's your take on seeing Brady in our colors? Drop it in the comments. First off, let's set the scene. It's August 1st, 2025, and the Las Vegas Raiders are grinding at their Henderson, Nevada training camp, which kicked off on July 22nd. The energy is high, the pads are popping, and out of nowhere, Tom Brady steps onto the field, decked out in a black Raiders shirt and hat, looking like he's ready to call plays himself. According to KTMV's Nick Walters, this was Brady's first public practice appearance since he snagged a 5% stake in the franchise back in October 2024. Can you imagine the vibe? Players like Max Crosby and Davante Adams out there. And then boom, Brady's walking the sidelines, clipboard in hand, dapping up players like he's been part of Raider Nation forever. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Brady? The guy who tormented us for years with that 6-1 record against the Raiders, including the infamous Tuck Rule game. Yeah, I feel you, those wounds run deep. But listen, Raider Nation is all about redemption and moving forward, and the fans on X are eating this up. One fan posted, "Goats are just casually walking on the practice field," while another shouted, "BRH, it's so weird seeing Brady in the silver and black." I ain't mad at it though. The GOAT is here to stay. It's like we're living in an alternate universe where TB12 is one of us. So what's he really doing out there? Is he just flexing his ownership status? Or is there more to this story? Let's keep rolling. Brady's not just there to look cool in Raiders gear. Though, let's be real, he's pulling it off. As a minority owner, he's got a vision, and he's already dropping wisdom that's got us hyped. He told Raiders.com's Paul Gutierrez, "Winning games in September starts with what happens in February, March, and April when no one's really watching." They've been hard at work, and our goal is to, win a lot of football games. That's the kind of mentality we need. The Raiders have had a rough decade, with a 72-92 record and just 2 playoff appearances since 2016, both ending in wildcard losses. Brady's presence is a signal that things are changing, but can he help turn around a team that ESPN BET gives plus 1,500 odds to win the AFC West? That's the big question. Here's where it gets juicy. Brady's not just a figurehead. He's got a huge voice in football operations, especially when it comes to picking our next quarterback, according to NFL.com. With new head coach Pete Carroll and GM John Spytek shaking things up, Brady's been in the mix, helping snag Geno Smith from Seattle and endorsing the draft pick of Ashton Jeanty at number 6 overall. Imagine Brady, the greatest QB ever, mentoring our signal callers and shaping our roster. But here's the kicker. With his Fox Sports gig, he's juggling a $375 million broadcasting deal and ownership duties. Can he balance both and bring that championship swagger to Vegas? What do you think, Raider Nation? Is Brady the missing piece to get us back to the playoffs? Hit those comments. Let's talk about the fan frenzy, because Raider Nation is straight up electric right now. Social media is exploding with reactions to Brady's camp appearance. One ex-post called it alternate universe stuff, but added, "As a fan, I'm all for it." Another fan straight up declared, "That's it. We're going to the Super Bowl." Okay, maybe we're not booking our tickets to New Orleans just yet, but you can't deny the optimism. Even majority owner Mark Davis is hyped, joking about that Tuck Rule fumble and calling Brady a competitor and a bright young man. The vibes are shifting, But with the Raiders coming off a 4-13 season, can this energy translate to wins? Now, let's zoom in on the challenges. The AFC West is a gauntlet. Think Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and Sean Payton's Broncos. ESPN BET's not doing us any favors with those plus 1,500 division odds, and we're staring down a tough schedule, starting with a Week 1 showdown against Brady's old team, the Patriots, on September 7th. The Raiders have new blood like Jeanty, Smith, and linebacker Devin White, who Pete Carroll says is back after a rough couple of years. But players like Malcolm Kuntz and rookie Tommy Mellott are struggling early in camp for clutch points. Can Brady's influence help these guys step up? Or are we still a year away from contending? Brady's role is still a bit mysterious. He's described himself as a sounding board for Carroll, Spytek, and Davis, but don't let that fool you. This is Tom freaking Brady we're talking about. The guy's got 7 Super Bowl rings and a knack for winning. He's already been in deep talks with Spytek about quarterback prospects, per The Athletic, and even endorsed our 6th-round pick, Cam Miller. Brady's not out here to play small. He's got his eyes on building a winner. But with the Raiders' history of quarterback carousel, Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell, and now Geno Smith, can Brady's expertise finally stabilize the position? What's your take, nation? Who should be our QB1? The bigger picture is what's got me fired up. Brady's not just a name. He's a symbol of excellence. Mark Davis said it himself. Brady represents excellence, and he's leaning on TB12 to guide this franchise back to glory. With Pete Carroll's high-energy coaching and Spytek's front office savvy, the Raiders are building something special. Training camps showing flashes. Dont'e Thornton's catching bombs from Geno, and Devin White's picking off passes like it's 2020. But we've been burned before, haven't we? So, tell me, Raider Nation, is this the year we finally break through, or are we still rebuilding? Drop your predictions below. All right, let's keep the momentum going with what's happening on the ground in Henderson. Training camp's been a roller coaster, with ESPN's Ryan McFadden reporting that the offensive line's shuffling like a Vegas card deck. Jordan Meredith and Jackson Powers-Johnson are battling for the center spot, while Eric Stokes and Decamarion Richardson are locking down the corners. But not everyone's shining. Malcolm Kuntz is struggling to regain his edge rushing form, and rookie Tommy Mellott's been quiet after a hot start in OTAs. Brady's watching all this, taking notes, and you know he's got ideas. Could his presence push these guys to level up? What do you want to see from our roster?